pull your larynx out. Easily. Easily.
It's just not something you should be doing at this point in your career.
We got to jump. Well, I just want to interrupt really fast because we got Steve Carell checking in as well.
Oh, jeez. No,
well, Mike's doing the hang, so we'll pick up where you.
Oh, absolutely.
Where we're at.
I'm a huge fan of the show.
I want to say hi to Steve Carell. Steve.
Hey.
Hey, it's a pleasure to have
is.
you on the Opie and Anthony show. How are you, sir?
I'm well. I don't mean to leave the story hanging.
No, it's okay. We got a good friend of ours, Mike Rowe from Dirty Jobs.
Hey, Steve, and you know what? It's not much of a story. I was making most of it up anyhow. It had no clear ending.
Yeah.
So thank you.
Well, I'll make up most of what I'm going to say, too.
Excellent.
Yeah, so he's in. He's a good friend of the show. So we'll get back to Mike in a bit. But how's it going, Steve?
It's going very well.
Obviously.
Yeah.
Wow.
I have absolutely nothing to complain about.
Yeah, you like. I used to love you watching you on the Daily Show, and then all of a sudden you just branch out and become like now you're in every movie that's being made.
I am a brand name now.
Yeah, he is. and now here's the thing: you put out some comedies, very successful. And then this movie now, your latest movie that's out.
Dan in Real Life.
Yeah, Dan in Real Life. I actually saw a trailer for it on TV the other day where the deep voice guy went, "In an Oscar-worthy performance, Steve Carell." And I'm like, okay, all right, I love Steve, love his movies, but hold on a second.
What is going on with Steve Carell?
Every time I introduce myself now, I'm going to say, "For your consideration."
I'm just thinking to myself, okay, I loved him on The Daily Show, Back to You, John, and now it's Oscar-worthy performances.
Yeah, it seems like give me a break. Stop it. Don't push it. You know what? I have to say, I am performing with an Oscar-winning actress, so that part of it was a bit surreal for me.
Who is she?
Juliette Binoche. It plays my love interest, and I know people have been begging for a Juliette Binoche Steve Carell movie, and we finally have it. It's here, and it's coming up next week.
Your wait is over. Your wait is over.
The obviously the big break was the 40-Year-Old Virgin for you, and what did you think going from kind of a player on the Daily Show to having that goddamn billboard everywhere where you had that angelic little face and it was just a giant face of you? You had to be thinking, this better work or I'm really going to look silly.
You know what? I had no idea whether it would work or not. I remember the first day I was driving around Los Angeles and I drove by Universal Studios, and the first poster was put up right outside Universal Studios, and it was this enormous poster of me essentially looking like a jackass. And I thought, wow, that is real. And of course my kids did not understand in any way, shape, or form driving around the city what Daddy was doing up on these billboards, and thought I was a little weird. But yeah, I mean, when we were making it, we had no idea that it would do as well as it did. We just thought we would make something that that we felt would be funny or entertaining, but we had no idea that people would actually like it as much as they did.
Yeah, it completely took off, and then I guess the offers start a rolling in.
Oh man, The Office, Little Miss Sunshine. It's your resume is just amazing, Steve.
Hey, Steve, were you really?
I also know that it could end as quickly as it came. So
yeah, that's got to kind of scare you when it happens like that.
Well, I feel like I just sort of have to, it's such a cliche, to live in the moment of it and just sort of enjoy it while it's here. Because, you see these horror stories all the time of people starting to believe that this will continue and they will be successful for eternity. And that's generally not what happens. So I'm honestly very happy for everything I've been able to do, and if it doesn't continue like this, that's fine. My kid's college is now paid for. So,
Yeah.
and truly, that was like one of my main concerns. So
Isn't that great? It's fine when everything gets paid for, and then it's like, now I can relax a little bit if something happens.
Well, I
But
got some money in the bank for them, so they'll be able to. And it is. I mean, we did like an advanced look at what college will be because I have a 3 and a 6-year-old. And it is
a little early for college
to pay for that.
Literally hundreds of dollars.
No, but
perhaps more than that, Mike.
yeah, but
Tens and hundreds of dollars.
But Steve's bringing up a good point. There's a new thing out there where you see the age of your child, and then you could fast forward, and they tell you how much college is going to cost when they turn 18.
Yeah,
and the numbers are just. I don't even know how parents are going to afford college in the coming years.
I don't know.
you got to put out hit movies and be on a hit TV show.
Right.
I just recommend people should do a hit movie. I think that's the wisest.
That's great advice.
Yeah, why not?
Career advice. That's great.
How are you going to continue on The Office with the movie career taking off?
You know what? It's worked out fine so far. They've been really nice about letting me out and doing things outside of the show. So
when you were first approached with The Office, were you a little leery about because Gervais did such a great job playing such a douche?
Yeah.
Were you a little nervous about taking that role on?
I wasn't, and part of it was because of my own ignorance. Because I agreed to audition before I'd seen the original show, and then I watched some of it, and that's when I got nervous before my callback for the show because he's so good that there was no way I'd be able to match that. And I felt the more I watched of him, the more I'd be inclined to do an impersonation of him. So.
But the good thing is, like, you're an Americanized version of what a tool he is. Like, you really put across an uncomfortable performance and person. It's difficult to watch, yet you're compelled to keep watching.
Yeah, and you definitely don't do an impression of him whatsoever.
No,
you made it your own.
Yeah.
Well, I appreciate. You know what? He's been really supportive of our version of it, and he's a very, very good guy.
Yeah,
so he's been a fan of ours, and he's an executive producer, and he and his writing partner wrote one of our episodes last season. And actually, Stephen Merchant, who is one of the co-creators, is going to direct one of our episodes in a couple weeks.
Hey, was Stephen Colbert really your understudy at Second City?
He was, yeah. When I was on Main Stage, he was my understudy, and there was one show in which I played the baritone horn, and in order to understudy for me, in 3 weeks, he learned how to play the baritone horn from scratch. So he is a very
he's quite talented
and driven man.
Yeah, his show is very good. He found kind of a niche for himself with that Colbert Report.
It's amazing the talent just marching through the Daily Show. It really is.
I know Ed Helms on The Office now, and Rob Corddry is doing all sorts of stuff.
Mm-hmm.
There's been a good run of people.
You guys have left Jon Stewart just languishing at a humiliating, no-end job.
Poor guy.
Job.
You should have treated us better, John. We're going to take you with us to Hollywood.
We got Dan in real life.
Springboard. Now I'll never talk to you.
Well, John used to do our show all the time, but he's a busy guy. He just re-upped, I guess. It hit the papers today.
It's 2 years. Yeah, he wants to do a show.
Hey, Steve. So Dan in real life, the movie's getting a nice buzz out there, huh?
I love it. It is getting a good buzz.
You like the seg there?
Yeah. No, you know what? I saw it a couple months ago. It turned out really well. I think people like it. It's funny and it's sweet without being sort of cloying and overly sentimental. And it's good. I think it's a good movie.
If Art Carney won an Oscar for Harry and Tonto, you could absolutely win one for this.
Oh, you know what? I'll definitely win an Oscar. Wow. I don't see how I possibly could not. I think the odds are against me not winning an Oscar.
And our pal Dane Cook is in this with you. It comes out.
You know what? He's really, really good in it. He gets a lot of flack, I know, but I have to say, he turns in a really good performance. He's really underplayed, and he's a very sweet guy. Yeah. So I think people are going to be very pleasantly surprised by him.
He's always been good to us. So.
It's next Friday, obviously not today. Next Friday, October 26th, the movie comes out. Dan in real life, and you're on quite a roll, so I'm sure this won't be any different.
Oh, thanks. I appreciate that.
What Why did we all just stop talking?
We were just contemplating the role that he's on.
Yes.
Internally pondering our own blessings.
Basically, Jimmy just got everyone depressed in the room, so we all had to just sit there and
Why?
kind of take a deep breath like,
We're all doing well, but not as well as this kid.
Yeah, you basically had to point out how great he's doing, and we're just doing the same old crap day in and day out.
I'm just thinking of the time I passed on the correspondent role at The Daily Show 5 years ago, going, that was super shrewd, Mike. Yeah, that was good. Good thing.
Yeah, that was a reality check from Jim. That's what you heard there on the other end there.
Well, no, we're really happy for you. Just because you're far more successful than any of us, we don't begrudge that at all. And I certainly don't pray for your death. So there's one spot that opens up that maybe I could squeeze into.
No, I've rejected all of my past relationships at this point.
All right, Steve, thank you so much for calling our show. We definitely appreciate it.
Oh, my pleasure.
It's Dan in Real Life. It comes out next Friday, October 26th.
Check it out.
Yeah. All right, Steve. Thank you.
Continued success, sir.
Good luck, man.
Go get that Oscar, sir. Go get it. Steve Carell. All right. We got to take a quick break.
If he ever won, that would be hysterical to replay.
Oh, yeah.
Him just talking about how he's definitely winning.
Definitely going to win the Oscar.
We're going to continue with Mike Rowe after the break for another 3 minutes, and then we got
What else would I do? That's great.
You picked a weird day, but you were last minute.
That's the story of my life. Look,
last minute.
That's all right.
We get the call. Mike wants to come in and say hi to you guys. It's been a while. I'm like, yes. We would never say no to you, but today is just so freaking busy.
Hey, man.
We haven't had anybody on, and